What's up everyone, it's me, Common Jojo, and welcome to another of my videos. And this video, we're just gonna talk about Spider-Man 2 for PS5. Why? Because I'm excited for the game, even though they haven't really showed gameplay of it. It's been like a year and it's driving me crazy. Just goddamn, just show some gameplay, Sony. Anyways, so I'm excited for the game, of course. When it comes to Spider-Man, of course. One of the most important things when it comes to Spider-Man, like stories, it's of course Spider-Man's rogues gallery, the villains, because of course Spider-Man has one of the best like rogues gallery in all superheroes, if not the best one. Well, him and Batman would be the ones, but yeah. And this video will mostly be in speculation of which villains we could see in Spider-Man 2. So like this video is just like talking about like villains that will probably most likely appear, like villains are like extremely plausible. So this won't be like a video about talk about villains that can return, or like wish list for like weird obscure villains that might not appear. Maybe yes, but this is not a wish list or like a perfect list or villains I want to see return. No, it's just a video for talking about like the villains that we can mostly 100% like be sure they will appear. So yeah, without further ado, we can shall we. Venom. We actually saw Venom in the trailer, and of course he looks sick, awesome. And from what they said of this game, is that this game will be like very dark, which makes me happy because overall I'm kind of sick of like Marvel and DC movies, so they all kind of like all lighthearted, and I don't, it gets kind of annoying after a while. So having having a more serious superhero story, a story that takes it serious, was a refresher nowadays. So of course Venom, of course everyone loves Venom. He's iconic, popular, and of course having Venom fight Spider-Man, the video game, just makes a bunch of sense. So yeah, I hope to God like Eddie Brock instead of Harry Osborn. Just makes more sense for Eddie Brock to be Venom instead of Harry. But yeah, of course, and this could like lead to a potentially like a Venom spin-off game after this Spider-Man 2 game. So yeah, of course, just Venom having boss battle between Venom and Spider-Man just makes so much sense. Having a Venom game after Spider-Man 2, sort of like a how got Miles game between Spider-Man 1 2, and having Venom game between Spider-Man 2 and 3, which should make a bunch of sense. So yes, Venom, please give us Venom. And Craven the Hunter is another variant that has been confirmed for the game. As we seen the trailer, he's talking plots in the game. The trailer, you're fighting his goons. So yeah, Mr. Craven, he's also another A-list Spider-Man villain, and of course, him appearing in this game makes sense. And I can't wait to see what Insomniac game would do with Craven. Hopefully something awesome, and I know they will like do the character justice. Of course, there's so many things you can do with Craven, like especially now that this game has Venom and Peter will get the symbiote suit, so that means we could get like Sorrowface, like Craven's last hunt in this game also. So yeah, that would be also pretty damn sick. Another cool thing about Craven is that he's like a villain that he has like cool skills, like instead of having like weird powers, he's just like skill based, and of course with the wildlife, and he's the thrill to hunt. So yeah, not that we're creating Craven, not the villain that makes a bunch of sense is Craven's voluptuous wife or girlfriend. Of course, she just makes sense a lot to appear. Like if we have Craven, we have to have her, especially now that she appeared like in the Spider-Man 2007 3 game, which that game sucks. If that game did, why can't this game do it? So I'm pretty sure we're going to see her. I'm not sure we're going to see her in skimpy outfit or fully closed up, but who knows? The only time will tell. Chameleon's another villain that makes sense, especially because he was name dropped in the first game, and of course he's like Craven's half brother, and he's also like, if one of the first Spider-Man villains he fought, and of course he's like iconic Spider. Of course you can do so much like with him, especially like sort of a mystery of like who is Chameleon. Of course just like kind of joking around, like it's a mystery of who he is. He has different personas, and I feel like that would be like a cool like store like gameplay mechanic to have while he's in it. Plus he's of course Craven's like related to Craven, so he's Craven's in the game, so of course it just makes sense to have him. Especially we need more like the mob boss side, like more villains like this. So yeah, definitely can do a bunch of interesting things with Chameleon. Another villain we have to see is Lister. He's again another A-list Spider-Man villain, one of the best Spider-Man villains of all time. Of course, we saw him in the end credit scenes of the Miles game, like Curtis Connor. So Of course, a tradition in Spider-Man games almost is having a fight list in the sewers, and we've seen that show up quite a lot in Spider-Man games, and of course in this new universe Spider-Man game by Chameleon. We haven't seen that yet, so I feel like it's time to get another Spider-Man in the sewer level with modern PS5 graphics. That just has to happen. It's been a while. Just back then, it got kind of annoying how often we saw that, but now it's been a while. Plus, PS5 graphics in some games it's better. It should be interesting seeing how they adapt set thing in the game. So that definitely be very neat if I do say so myself. And Sandman, of course, Sandman. We need to see Sandman in the game. Why? Because Sandman's one of the, A-list Spider-Man villains. Plus, he was referenced in the first game, and just imagine Sandman's. Sandman's an interesting character because of all the details. Just imagine playing a symbiote Spider-Man fighting the Sandman size of a building with PS5 graphics. It would just be awesome because Sandman, his powers will work extremely well in video games. I mean, look how far we went from 60s comics of Sandman just being there to now modern PS5 video games of crazy graphics. It'll just be cool to see Sandman's powers will be fully realized in this game. So yeah. And last but not least, the Green Goblin. Of course, he's Spider-Man's #1 villain. He's the one that has caused the most pain in him. And of course, Norman Osborn, we saw him in the first game, and we have to see him in the second game. I overall would like to see the ultimate version of Green Goblin's a monster. Yeah, the classic one's cool, but I feel like this one would be cooler, just a monster Green Goblin. I feel like it would look very sick, and him fighting Spider-Man would be very awesome. So yeah, that's all it. Let me know in the comment below if you guys agree with me, disagree. Let's start discussion. So yeah, so Green Goblin definitely. So see you guys later. Bye. And one more last villain we have to see in this game. So of course, Mysterio. Do I even have to explain myself? Mysterio, Master of Illusion, video games. You realize you can make all those cool illusions in a cool boss battle, kind of like how Scarecrow does it to Batman in Arkham Asylum. So having Mysterio doing that, his magical illusions in his Spider-Man game, would just be amazing. We just have to see that, man. We have to see that. Plus, he was referenced in the first game. Plus, he was in the Spider-Man movie, the second MCU one. So it just makes sense to have him in the movie. I mean the game, not the movie, the game. Yeah, he's awesome.